folks have heard a lot of unhealthy teaching that makes them feel condemned, and they're looking for solid answers based in God's grace and forgiveness and love. I mean, this is about your self-concept. It's about God's view of you. It's about your new identity in Christ.
Hey there, it is Faith Talk Today. I'm Rick Probst. Welcome to another amazing weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. We've heard so much great positive response from you on the weekend of Faith Talk Today. We appreciate that. Continue to follow our guest. Now, this guy, Dr. Andrew Farley, is on. You can hear it here at Faith Talk Atlanta. We'll give you details in just a second. And we love his ministry and everything he does. He's got a brand new book out. Listen to this: 101 Bible Questions and Surprising Answers You May Not Hear in Church. Dr. Farley, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you. We love having you on the show. And I love this. First of all, I want to know, why 101? Why not 102 or 100?
I mean, everybody knows it's 101 Dalmatians. It's 101 Bible questions, Rick.
How many times have you been asked that question? I'm sure many, right?
Actually, you're the first.
I'm the first. Well, yep. There you go. Thank you so much for delving into topics that all of us have these questions, right? And we're not sure who to ask, where to go, but you have provided us a book. And also, we were talking earlier about BibleQuestions.com, where you can ask a question and get the answer in 10 seconds or less. But we want to pick your brain a bit about this particular book. Is this something that you've wanted to do for a long, long time? Did you have 101 questions, or did you poll people and say, hey, what's on your mind? What question would you like to ask? How'd that go for you?
So, I mean, 6 days a week, we do live call-in radio. So we've gotten thousands of questions over the years, Rick. And, I looked at our 101 most popular questions, the ones that really plague people. And these are questions that folks are afraid to ask around the Thanksgiving dinner table, maybe some touchy subjects, some controversial stuff, and maybe you hear a Sunday morning sermon and you're not sure if you're allowed to go forward and ask the pastor some follow-up questions. I mean, that's what this book is about. It's the touchy subjects, everything from what can women do in church, and what about homosexuality, and can you lose your salvation, and what's the final judgment going to really be like, and everything that bothers people, that concerns people, and confuses people. That's what we're talking about in 101 Bible Questions.
Dr. Andrew Farley with us. His new book is called 101 Bible Questions and the Surprising Answers You May Not Hear in Church. I just thought this would be a great resource for pastors, because congregants are always asking because they just want to know. But, this is good for the pastor to have as well, and to read, so that they can respond to these questions. The questions that are asked, are they, when you've taken all these questions together and put them in book form, does it depend on where you are geographically? Like in the South, I would think maybe the top three, losing your salvation. That's a huge, can you lose your salvation? But maybe in California, it's a different question. What did you find when you put these together?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the regional aspect, but I will tell you that it jumps around topically. So, top three questions for sure: divorce, remarriage. If I get divorced and I'm now remarried, is God angry with me, or, am I a second-class citizen now? I mean, folks have heard a lot of unhealthy teaching that makes them feel condemned, and they're looking for solid answers based in God's grace and forgiveness and love. And so that's what this book is really trying to do. I want to encourage believers, and basically 100 different ways it seems like we humans are asking, am I okay? Did I mess this up? Did I go too far? What does God think of me? I mean, this is about your self-concept. It's about God's view of you. It's about your new identity in Christ. It's about all of these things and so much more. And that's why I wrote the book.
101 Bible Questions and the Surprising Answers You May Not Hear in Church. It's available on Amazon today. Check it out. And we'd love for you to go to BibleQuestions.com. You can ask a question and you get an answer in 10 seconds or less. when you put these questions together, did you have, let's say 200 questions and you said, you know what, let's narrow this down, possibly maybe a book too, who knows, right? But these are the definite questions. These are the top questions that people are asking about their lives, about the Bible, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a Bible trivia book. Let me tell you that. You're not going to find out who was the 12th king of Israel or something. I mean, this is about your life in Jesus, what it means to be a Christian, what it means to grow in God's grace, what it means to really understand the gospel in a deep way. So that's what this is about. I mean, it's got discussion questions for each chapter. So if you want to break out into a group, have people over for food and fellowship and discussion, or home church, or go to a coffee shop or whatever, it's great for that as well. And at BibleQuestions.com, we've actually got videos as well. We've got videos for each question. And as I said, you mentioned it earlier, you can ask any follow-up question you want there, and you're going to get your answer in 10 seconds or less at BibleQuestions.com.
Love that. Dr. Andrew Farley with us. The new book is called 101 Bible Questions. How long has this been out now?
Just a week, brand new.
What have you found? What's been the response so far of folks, even before you released it? I'm sure that you threw some things around to folks and said, hey, what do you think? What have they been saying?
Yeah, I mean, we get emails from all over the world. It's pretty fun. 100 and some countries have reached out and participated in the BibleQuestions.com website. They also call in to our radio program from all over. We'll get calls from the Philippines and the Middle East and all over the place. So it's great fun. And the word on the street is, I grew up, maybe someone will say, I grew up in a Christian home. I received Christ at an early age. I grew up in the Bible Belt. I heard everything that was out there. And, somewhere along the way, my Christian life started to get a little bit busy and barren. I was really busy working for God, trying to impress him, trying to stay on his good side. And somewhere I started buying the lie that I should be a little bit afraid, should be worried about my future, worried about tomorrow, worried about judgment, worried about Christ's return, worried about my personal history, things I've done in my past, and so that's what this book is seeking to do, really encourage Christians as they get a more solid foundation and a deeper understanding of what Jesus did for them.
Dr. Andrew Farley with us. You hear the show, The Grace Message, here at Faith Talk Atlanta. His new book is called 101 Bible Questions. It is out. Personally, Dr. Farley, what does it mean to you? I mean, this is your sweet spot, right? You love for people to get the truth, and you love for their lives to be transformed. What does that mean to you personally when you see the lights go on, or you hear through email or text that folks have, oh wow, I was struggling with this all my life, but this message that you've given has really set me free. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I look back on my own life. I remember being a teenager, a young adult, and I was on the floor of my apartment and I was asking God all kinds of questions and I was begging him for answers. I felt like the Christian life didn't make much sense to me. Yes, I was going to heaven, but I was pretty miserable and really needing some solid answers. So now you fast forward 30 years later, and I've enjoyed a lifetime of gathering answers about God's grace. And so when others get to tune in and crack open the book and get encouraged, I mean, it really jazzes me. That's what our whole ministry is really all about.
Love that. Dr. Andrew Farley, you got to get this book. And I'm definitely going to get this book. And I'm going to go to BibleAnswers.com and ask a question. And I'm going to time it to see if I can get it for 10 seconds or less.
BibleQuestions.com. Yeah.
Bible Questions. What did I say? BibleQuestions.com. So check it out. I love this. Doc, I know that you've released this book and you've got the show that's going on, and it's we love the show. Thank you for being a part of Faith Talk Atlanta and Salem Media Group. We appreciate that. What's next for you? Here we are in October, November of 2023. What does 2024 look like for you?
Yeah, so we've got a brand new podcast with Pray.com. Pray.com and our ministry collaborated on a new podcast called The Heartbeat of Faith. And already it's had 3.5 million downloads in just a matter of weeks.
Wow.
It looks like we're going to get to, by Christmas, maybe 8 or 9 million downloads. It's pretty exciting for all of us. It's got drama and music and great content. They did an amazing job on the production. So that's our new podcast. It's called Heartbeat of Faith.
Love that. And let's talk a little. We've got a minute or so, but what about the program? How's the program going? And what's the latest on the program, the Grace Message?
Yeah, so the Grace Message has been going for 12, 15 years now, and we are adding stations all the time. We're on Sirius XM across North America. We're also on dozens of stations around the North America as well. So it's a lot of fun to just every evening, Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern, never know what you're going to get. Rick, that's what makes it exciting. Everybody asking their question, whatever's on their mind. And that's the nature of our ministry, always has been. And we love to apply the message of Jesus to whatever people are struggling with.
Love that. You've been doing it for so long. Do you have folks that have been with you from the beginning, and they keep calling in, and you just know them by name, you know them by voice?
Yes, absolutely. We got our veteran callers, and then we get new callers every night too. So it's a beautiful family of listeners.
Dr. Farley, we love what you do. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing your show, of course, with us. But this book, this is really a good book. It's I can't wait to delve into it. It's called 101 Bible Questions and the Surprising Answers You May Not Hear in Church. You can get it at Amazon. You can go to, don't forget, BibleQuestions.com, and follow Dr. Farley. He's got a good message, and we appreciate his ministry and his heart. It looks like it's time to go. The big hand and little hand say it's time to go. So thank you so much, Dr. Farley. Hey, listen, check out all the good stuff. And don't forget, we've got another great show coming up next weekend, Faith Talk Today. Until then, thank you so much, Ezra Ortiz, my producer. Until then, I'm your host, Rick Probst. See ya.